Are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And I'm Evan Closky.
Back again, and we are the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making Locked On Rays your very first listen every day. And remember, Locked On Rays is free and available on all platforms, including YouTube, at Locked On Rays. Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Locked On Rays, and email us your questions, comments, concerns, voice memos, whatever it may be. LockedOnRays@gmail.com. What was that smart aleck comment, Evan?
So especially the voice memos.
Yeah, we really push the voice memos. We love them.
The other day, Kevin, we got a spam one, and I think it was Evan making a voice. I don't know, but we'll look into it.
Yeah,
I'm
going to report you to the Better Business Bureau or something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
I know we're a Tampa Bay Rays podcast, and I know that the Rays lost the series versus the LA Angels, but can we not, despite all that, can we not just marvel at the greatness and the uniqueness and the specialness, if that's a word, of Shohei Ohtani?
I think it would be ridiculous not to, right, Evan?
Yeah, I think we should. Do you have more to say to that, or are we just letting it rip?
Well, you know what? I have something to say about him.
Kick it off.
I think I said this during the preview of episode of this series. I'll say it again. Man, take off your Rays hat. Anytime the Rays play the Angels while Ohtani is there and Trout is there, take it off. Take it off and just become a baseball fan. Just watch it for what it is. You are not going to see a Shohei Ohtani again. And if you get to see it, we will all be probably like 70 years old. Like that. I mean, it's just I
actually have a theory that Shohei Ohtani is going to spring more Ohtanis, right?
See, but at what point? At what point is he going to spring more Ohtanis to the point?
What's he like, Secretariat, just breeding baseball players?
No, I mean not like him.
No. I meant like
this guy's comment.
I know he's gone. No, but I mean like he can inspire players to become. But those that are inspired, how good can they be at two-way player? That's the thing.
Who knows? I think you see this stuff kind of happen. I mean, look, the NFL was the quarterback was a predominantly white position for a long time, and then Michael Vick stepped into the spotlight, and look where we are in the game now, 20 years later. Seeing somebody do something like that and dominate in that sort of way and present the game of baseball in a different fashion is going to lead to younger players and parents and coaches to try to draw the most out of these spectacular athletes if they have those capabilities. Now, there will always be one Shohei Ohtani, but still it is something to marvel at right now and understand the ripple effect that will come decades from now because of watching his greatness.
That's a great point, because sometimes it just takes one for the ceiling to come undone. You talk about people thought, I guess 50 years ago or whatever it was, maybe longer now, that it was impossible to run a sub 4-minute mile until Roger Bannister did it. Once he did it, people were doing it left and right. Same thing with, can a professional sports team have a female coach? We're starting to see that be a breakthrough. So it is interesting to see how this may spur more two-way players in the future. Are they going to be as good as Shohei Ohtani? Probably not, because he's such a unicorn, which brings me up to a couple questions and a couple points.
Before you do those two questions, I just want to, for those who are not into let me look at the numbers all the time, I will give you Shohei Ohtani's both numbers as a hitter and as a pitcher. 258 average, a 319 OBP, 452 slugging. That's a 771 OPS. 6 bombs, 21 RBIs. Oh, but also as a pitcher, he's got a 3-2 record, .308 ERA, and in 26 and a third innings pitched, he's got 41 Ks. That's a 1.03 WHIP, 97th percentile K rate. Yes, he can spring as many, wannabes that want to do the two-way thing, but this guy is make a unicorn and then a unicorn's grandson. That's what Ohtani is. It's unreal. But anyway,
there's not many guys that can in a single season hit 46 home runs and have a 3 RA and 130
and steal bags. And he had like 25 bags stolen.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's unreal.
He was on that Babe. He was a once in a century type. I mean, you go back to stats. You have to go back. Like everything compares to Babe Ruth with him. It's It reminds me of the Mike Trout stuff when like the scout wrote on a piece of paper like Mickey Mantle. Like that's like
yeah.
What it was.
Yeah. It's funny because you watch him against the Rays at least offensively, and a lefty's pitching against him. The lefty throws a down and away breaking ball, and Ohtani takes it the other way, like 420 feet. Like it's insane what he's able to do. We mentioned the numbers and the greatness of Shohei Ohtani. I've got a question. Do either of you think he will be a Hall of Famer?
At this point, yeah. Again, I don't know about. He's already gone through his TJ, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So I think he's already had his Tommy John. Yeah, I'm going to say he's going to be a tough out, especially.
He does not have to have a long career if he does what he does. He just has to do this for 6 years, basically.
And I'll tell you this, and I was thinking about this yesterday during the ceremony, whenever the hell this series was.
Picking Inside Baseball, we're recording 2 episodes on a Wednesday night when Shohei Ohtani is starting.
Break the fourth wall. Now we are back. I was thinking about this during the ceremony, and the only way he's not going to win MVP awards is if there is just this general consensus of we are all tired of him winning it. It's literally if Trout didn't get injured before all the injuries were affecting him, like Trout should have been MVP every single year. But writers just we got to give it to somebody else. We got we get it. People get bored of how good players are. You kind of see it in the NHL. People forget about Sidney Crosby. The guy is still the best, one of the best players in the game. So I was just thinking, if this guy is going to pitch and hit 30 some odd bombs with 100 RBIs and have a 3 ERA, there is 0.0 argument that he should not win the MVP. I'm sorry, he does more than everybody else, and he is great at both of them. So I cannot give the MVP award to even Vladito last year. The fact that Vlad Guerrero did not win the MVP award and it was completely justified is so ridiculous. That guy had the season of his lifetime, and he couldn't win the MVP.
You got to think about it too. Not even that he's doing most than every other player out there in the major leagues, but he's saving a spot on your roster for your team. That's huge. And especially with a manager like Joe Madden, who's a damn wizard with the roster spots too. So that also makes him valuable. No,
they made up a darn rule for him.
Yeah. Ohtani rule.
They changed the rules for one player.
That's how insane he is. So when you go and ask Hall of Fame, yes or no, I would have to lean yes, but with a big, big caveat, which is, can he stay healthy for 6 more seasons? I need 6 because right now he has parts of 5. He needs the Hall of Fame needs 10 years in the major leagues in order to be even considered to be on the ballot. So you have
is that true? You've had to have played at least 10 years?
Yeah, you can't have a player in the Hall of Fame for 7 years. That's
even if you're Shohei Ohtani.
Even if you're Shohei Ohtani, I think that
you win 7 MVP awards in a row.
Maybe they changed
Ohtani
that rule because of Ohtani to get him in there. But no, so that's what I need. I need 6 more seasons of Ohtani, and Ohtani like this. Does he have it? He definitely has H on his side.
Yeah, for the record, Ohtani, soon to be 28 years old, has accumulated a 16.3 WAR according to BREF. And to your point about MVP, I mean,
32?
you can take
16,
pitching
16.2.
16.2 or
16.2.
16.3. You can take pitching out of the equation, and he would still be an MVP candidate. You just look at his numbers offensively last year combined. Second question. This is his last year, I believe, before free agency. Ballpark, what is he going to get on the open market?
Trout money.
Yeah. I mean,
Juan Soto money. I mean, like whatever Juan Soto gets, I want a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not ask for more than Soto, for example? I know Soto is a for sure Hall of Famer, but what you're doing on both sides of the ball, I'm with Evan here. Like, you ask for the moon, and the moon shall be given to you.
10-year, $500 million deal?
But this is the thing. Would a smart GM owner put so much money, guaranteed money, on a guy who's doing both things, which means both injury risks? So that's also true. Now, I think I love this Max
Welcome to
Scherzer.
baseball free agency.
Yeah, I love the Scherzer and the I know Trevor Bauer started it really, and then who did it to Carlos Correa. That's what I would do if I were Shohei. Like 3 years, 100 mil. Show off.
Oh, it's got to be more than 100 mil. 3 years, like 175 mil.
Yeah, I'm saying like what Scherzer did, like 3 years, 100 mil, like something like that. Short term, chunk of change. Short change, boom, go big. That's what I would do.
Yeah. But if a team offers 500 mil over 10 years, it could happen. There's the Dodgers out there. There's the Yankees out there. There's still the Angels.
Boy, that would miff some Angels fans if he goes to Dodger Stadium.
And not only does and at the plate, but the marketing point of view and how much extra revenue you can have by just saying that Shohei Ohtani's on your team.
The Angels are keeping him, Evan? What do you think?
They'll pay for him. Yeah. I mean, the Angels have always ponied up. I mean, the problem.
We gave Rendon how much money?
Rendon got paid way too much for whatever the heck he's doing for this team.
He just totally fell off the face of the earth.
It's amazing how that happens to like really good players sometimes. Like, everybody was like, nobody talks enough about Anthony Rendon. Why is nobody talking about Anthony Rendon? Oh my God, he is the best third baseman. Look what he does, and then gets big payday, and then what?
He got a 7-year deal worth $245 million.
Well, I'll tell you this: somebody in that front office woke up that day, and when they signed Anthony Rendon, you know what happened? They didn't have their Built Bars.
Yeah.
They didn't have their Built Bars. How could you do that? It's crazy stuff. I mean, Built Bars are covered in 100% real chocolate, so that means that they're delicious and they're healthy for you because they're about 130 to 180 calories each one. They have got 16 grams of protein and only 9 grams sugar. Somebody missed their Built Bars that day, but you don't have to do that because you can go to Built.com. And when you go to Built.com, you can see all of their delicious and healthy flavors that they have to offer. And you use promo code LOCKED15. And guess what? You get 15% off your order. I know you know that because you've been going to Built.com this whole time. So again, go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15, and you will get 15% off your order at Built.com.
Francisco Mejia needs some Built Bars. He's god awful defensively. Future first baseman, folks. Future first baseman.
You have it for Mejia's glove.
I think Closky does too.
It's not a good glove.
And his arm, evidently.
I like the bat so much, I want the glove to work out. Is that fair?
I mean, look, with this team, by the way, I'm sacrificing anything to freaking get some runs on the board.
Yes.
It's just, yikes. So
maybe you shouldn't have traded Austin Meadows. Anyway, let's change gears a little. Let's change gears a little bit. And we talked about Shohei Ohtani. For Rays fans are probably ticked off that we talked about him for that long. But
How dare you talk about Shohei Ohtani, that unicorn, you son of a bee?
Yeah. Evan, you're in the TV biz. I think still. Makeup on or off, whatever it may be.
Hopefully, I'm still in it. I don't know what happened between
as of today, as of Wednesday night, May 12th or May 11th, whatever. You're still in the TV biz. There was news that came out that Bally Sports will be offering a streaming package so people can watch Rays games. They can do I guess it's their version of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, where somebody can say, I will pay $20 a month so I can just stream Bally Sports and I don't have to have DirecTV or Spectrum or a cable package. What do you think about this development?
Awesome. Honestly, yeah, because the fact of the matter is, before this sort of deal, it's one or the other. Streaming services are just not built to help out sports fans. They essentially build a model that says, look, if you like sports, we ain't for you. You know, you're not going to want to go to us. And to a point, I get it, because the lag is terrible. So a lot of times things get spoiled for you. Having said that, people like their a la carte options, and they don't want to just have to get Spectrum or whatever it might be to watch their Rays baseball or Lightning for that matter. You know, this allows you to stick with, let's say, a YouTube TV, and you can have that with your Netflix or Hulu package, and then you can tack on your sports. And not to mention, for a lot of families out there, it's also a great way to segment the spending, because now if you're a husband or wife who wants to watch sports and the other person does not, then you can say, all right, as far as our bill is concerned, I will be paying X amount for the sports package. Whereas maybe a YouTube TV, if it's part of just this getting everything and it's built into the price, then you just split it halfway, because it's not really, they don't say, well, you're spending this amount on having this and that amount on having that. Of course, you can usually upgrade or downgrade, whatever you can do to add those packages. But ultimately, I love options. I love having the ability to pick and choose what is best for you. Still think cable is the way to go if you're watching sports, especially if you want to interact in social media and you have your notifications bouncing off and all that stuff. That's where it gets tricky to be on the streaming side of things. But I'm somebody who streams, and luckily I work at a place where I get all the channels, so I don't have to necessarily invest in that stuff. But if Kevin's firing me tomorrow, which is what it seems like, if he's firing me tomorrow, then I would absolutely need to go into, I would switch over to cable in 2 seconds if I needed to. But now I have that option to go streaming. And
I love this. I love this whole streaming thing, because enough about cable. It's 2022.
Oh my gosh, it's so overpriced, and nobody watches 1/10 of the channels.
$160. Are you kidding me? No. Enough. Give me the streaming service. I've already tried the Bally app, by the way, to stream the games, like on your phone or your iPad. It's like replacement. It's like a 0.2 war streaming service.
It's the Miggy Cairo of
it's kind of like, I expected more, but it gets the job done. So I'm sure that they're going to fix the little bugs or whatever, but it does its job, and I'm hoping that it'll get better. I'm with you, man. Streaming all the way. If it's $20, I'd rather, if I already pay $160 for cable, well, guess what? I'll pay $20 to actually watch the thing that I'm paying $160 for.
Basically, Ulises, aren't you paying $160 a month just to watch Rays baseball?
Just to watch Trisha, BA, and Dwayne and the boys. That's it. That's all I pay cable for, $160. That's where the fandom goes nuts, and I'm nuts. So I'd rather pay $20 for Bally app streaming service, Welcome to my TED Talk. I hope you have enjoyed it.
No, legit question. Outside of Rays baseball, what else do you have cable for? What else are you watching on cable?
Nothing. Oh,
Cable
the
sports.
weird
You don't
soccer
need it.
European game that is always like maybe on CBS or ESPN. But I mean, I
You get that on
usually
streaming.
find those online anyway.
You can get that, but that's the thing is you can get a general package to get all your channels that you would need through a Fubo TV, again, Hulu, YouTube TV, whatever it might be, and you can spend 50, 60, 70 bucks and then add that on. And then, that's the thing is ultimately, if you want all those channels, it probably equates to just a little bit less than what you pay anyway with cable and internet. But having said that, for a lot of people, I just need this and that. And in that regard, you can pay for a really basic cable packet. Like you can pretty much get just CBS, Fox, NBC, whatever you might like, the main channels.
Yeah.
Probably will cost you shekels. And then on top of that, you have your $20 for Bally, and then you're done.
Honestly, I think Bally could get away with charging more because it's not just Rays baseball. It's also Lightning, NBA,
Well, don't
college
tell
sports.
them that. Keep it at 20, Bally people. Don't listen to Kevin Weiss. No.
You'll see.
$20.
I mean, eventually, ultimately, they have to convince people that streaming is still the better option of watching sports than cable. And if the price is going to be overloaded, then I'd rather just keep cable where I get everything in real time and not choppy than have your app. So there is certainly a balance. There may be, if there's glitches that Ulises is talking about, that it's overpriced. Yeah. But certainly the flexibility of it and the option to have it is welcomed.
You know what?
I'm watching the game on Bally. I've already gone through a couple glitches, so they do need to pick up their app. I just wish that I know there's the TV rights deals and everything. It's all convoluted, but I really wish I could just do this with MLB TV because I think MLB TV has it down pat to where I could just sign up for the Rays and not get blacked out in that MLB TV. And if I wanted to flip to, they do the syncing of the radio call on MLB.TV.
But I don't think. What did you say about the blackout though? Because what do you mean by that?
If you're living in the Tampa Bay area and you sign up for MLB TV trying to watch the Rays, you can't watch the Rays.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I would love them to get rid of that.
I thought you were saying like the blackout doesn't exist, and I'm like, wait. Yes, it does. Okay.
No, it absolutely does. Yeah.
To Kevin's point, I would pay an increase in MLB TV to not get blacked out.
100%. That's the route to go. And the blackouts, and I keep my MLB.TV. Yeah.
Charge me a little bit more. Fine. I don't give a crap. And let me watch all the games, even if it is in the market.
Yeah.
See, Evan, he'll no longer be on air. He's going to be a big wig TV executive. That's the next.
There you go.
That's a TV executive. You kidding me? I'm getting that RSN money. You guys can figure it out. We're keeping the blackouts.
Very good.
Know if I take the blackouts away. They're not fan friendly, but I'm making tons of money. So
that's right. The profit.
You said take the hats off before.
Yeah.
The executive hat just went on. You're all screwed. I'm making money.
Well, you know what, Kevin, I need you to put on your betting man hat. I need you to tell me where I can put those green Skittles that Evan is going to give us when he's a big executive.
That would be BetOnline. BetOnline, it continues to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. You can find the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's basketball playoffs, Major League Baseball scores, fights, and even next year's NFL futures. BetOnline, it is your continued source for all your sport wagering info from live betting to playoffs, esports, and more. So head over to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, it is where the game starts. All right. It is a Friday episode. We may not be recording on a Friday, but it is a Friday episode, and we have Evan Closky with us, and it is time for baseball trivia and Name That War. Ulises, what do you have in the realm of trivia today?
Well, boys, it was a little bit of foreshadowing on the Thursday episode when Evan already guessed my question, but I'll say it nonetheless for those of you who haven't had a chance to watch the Thursday episode. And my question is, how many pitchers have had the opportunity, the luck, the wherewithal to pitch a no-hitter against the Rays? Of course, Evan knows this answer. So, Evan, what is the answer to this?
Well, 6 total.
Correct. But now let's make it a little bit more difficult, which is, can the both of you help each other, the both of yous help each other out and get the 6 names?
Detmers and Felix Hernandez. We can get those 2 out of the way.
Yes. Yes.
Then I gotta remember the other 4. First off, can we name the teams that this has happened? I know, by the way, from like 2009 to 2012, this like all happened. Like they got no hitting in a clump of them.
See, that was dark time because the Rays were really good, and then we were getting no hit all the time because the offense was just so putrid, and we're like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah.
So do you want me to pitch in here?
Yeah,
Go for it. It's
Dallas Braden.
That is correct with the Oakland Athletics on Mother's Day, by the way.
Oh, that was against the Rays. I forget about that.
Yeah.
This is where I'm having some difficulty. Did a National League team do this against the Rays?
There, you bet your bottom dollar, Kevin Weiss. Yes, they did. At the Trop. You love mentioning this pitcher, by the way, whenever you want to be a little bit of a sass. You mention his name all the time. I'm pretty sure you've mentioned his name when Evan has been on in the last 2 weeks.
Is he still? So he's still playing?
No, but he played for a whole lot of time and for a whole heck of a teams. And I'm going to stop talking because I'm helping you way too much.
Edwin Jackson?
Edwin Jackson. Very good.
Yes. Part is I was going to guess Edwin Jackson, but it was so I have no idea. But there's some memory that I have of Edwin Jackson throwing. Didn't he throw like 130 pitches or something in that no hitter?
I think 142, but check me on that.
It was
11 walks or something like that, like 10 walks. It was a messy no hitter.
I should have done it because I'm telling you, I think I worked that day. Did that happen in 2010, 2011?
My boy, Evan Closky, June 25th, 2010. Where were you?
I was working at SNY in New York, the Mets TV station.
Yeah.
I remember watching the game on the TV. So that's why I was thinking Edwin Jackson. But I was like, if it's not against the Rays, then I'm just coming out of left field and looking like an idiot. So
That's good. Okay, so you guys have how many? 3 now. Okay, 4. You have 4. You need 2 more.
Yeah. One was when they were as Devil Rays.
Yes.
Was the guy really good?
I'll give you the team. He was good enough. I'll give you the team that he was on. The Boston Red Sox. Tell me if you need something else.
Was this against the Devil Rays or the Rays?
Yes, Devil Rays. I'll give you the year just to be nice. 2002.
I'm going to say Tim Wakefield.
Ooh, you're in the same rotation years.
Derek Lowe.
Yes. Very good. Kevin Weiss with the 3-point shot. Ooh. Very nice. One more, guys. One more.
Team.
No, I can't give you the team for this one. It's too easy.
Give us a year.
Okay, fine. 2009.
Stud? Yes or no?
Some people, the minority, were saying that he was a Hall of Famer. I think you and I fall into that. No. He's a good quality pitcher, did a lot of good things for the game.
CC Sabathia.
Incorrect. Strike 1.
Or strike 2, because I guess Tim Wakefield.
Oh, yeah, strike 2. I'm a bad umpire.
So this was an all-star?
He was definitely an all-star at some point of his career, but I'm going to just quickly look at that just to make sure.
Some people think he's a Hall of Famer, but we don't.
5-time All-Star, actually, and a career WAR of 59.1, according to Baseball Reference.
Pretty good.
Oh,
I don't know. Roy Oswalt. I don't know.
Strike one for Evan.
Oh, we each get 3 strikes? Okay.
Yeah. This is not a
American
communal-
League?
American League, yes.
AL East?
No. What, are you going to go to the other 2 divisions?
Cliff Lee.
Strike 2. That's the same division. When he was with the Indians, this other pitcher was in another AL Central team. I will give you a last
I got it.
name.
I got it.
If you got it, let's give 10 more seconds to Evan.
Okay.
I will give you one more hint.
I said this before. I don't think it's right, though. Johan Santana.
No.
Oh my gosh. How dare you say that? Because Ulises absolutely believes that Johan Santana is a Hall of Famer.
100%.
We can have that discussion another day.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Venezuelan bump, baby.
Kevin Weiss, what is the answer?
His last name is Burley and his first name is Mark.
Mark
Oh.
Burley. Yes, he did it in 2009. Dwayne Weiss, he actually got the catch. They call it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Outside. So I was going to give you that as a hint. But very well done, boys. You pulled it right at the timer. Very good.
Was this during the time when Burley flirted with the back-to-backs?
I think so.
Maybe.
Didn't he come out of the gates hot? Was that no-hitter in April?
Oh, damn. I closed the tab.
Too late. Mark Burley, Hall of Longevity and Hall of Very Good.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Name that war for you gentlemen.
All right. Let's be quick on this one.
Ricky Nolasco, what is his Name That War?
Yeah, I don't know. 12.3.
It's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm going to go with 14.7.
You guys are very, very close. Basically splitting the difference. His career WAR 13.4. He played 12 years in the bigs with a 4.56 career ERA, 114 wins, 118 losses. Wow. You guys very good with that one.
We were right on that wavelength,
Man,
Evan. I like that. That was nice.
Ricky Nolasco is one of the most random names I've heard in months.
Yes, agreed.
If you were putting random names into a hat, Ricky Nolasco needs to be in there.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
That's kind of what Name That War is. You try to bring up some random players. I'll tell you what, he could eat up some innings. 185, 200, 212, 199. There were some years that he got injured, but I mean, you talk about a workhorse starting pitcher.
I think we need to create polls, and each time I come on, we got to all name one of the most random MLB players that we can think of, and we can start from 2000 on. Yeah, the person's got to play from 2000 on, and then create the poll online, see who had the most random player that week.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's content, baby.
Last thing.
Did. And you want to fire this guy? Come on. Everything biz, baby. He's got content. It's just oozing out of him.
Last thing. How many Twitter followers do you think Ricky Nolasco has?
7,523.
17.5.
Closky with the closer. 16.9 thousand followers. He is verified. Here's his Twitter activity.
I do better at Twitter followers than Name That War.
He has a retweet from October 2019. Then before that, he has a retweet from January 2017. So very active on the Twitter sphere.
Very active, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. All right, fun stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, boys.
Thank you again for making the Locked On Rays podcast your very first listen every day. We also want to thank Evan for joining us for 2 episodes. That's always fun. Also, be sure to make your second listen the Locked On MLB podcast. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next week.